individual believes in God or duty or justice, etc. This belief derives from the ideas of the individual concerned, i.e., from him as a subject with a consciousness which contains the ideas of his belief. In this way, i.e., by means of the absolutely ideological conceptual device thus set up, a subject endowed with a consciousness in which he freely forms or freely recognizes ideas in which he believes. The material attitude of the subject concerned naturally follows. The individual in question behaves in such and such a way, adopts such and such a practical attitude, and, what is more, participates in certain regular practices, which are those of the ideological apparatus on which depend the ideas which he has in all consciousness freely chosen as a subject. If he believes in God, he goes to church to attend Mass. He kneels, prays, confesses, does penance, once it was material in the ordinary sense of the term, and naturally repents, and so on. Throughout this schema, we observe that the ideological representation of ideology is itself forced to recognize that every subject, endowed with a consciousness and believing in the ideas that his consciousness inspires in him and freely accepts, must act according to his ideas, must therefore inscribe his own ideas as a free subject in the actions of his material practice. If he does not do so, that is wicked. Indeed, if he does not do what he ought to do as a function of what he believes, it is because he does something else, which, still as a function of the same idealist scheme, implies that he has other ideas in his head, as well as those he proclaims, and that he acts according to these other ideas as a man who is either inconsistent, known as willingly evil, or cynical or perverse. In every case, the ideology of ideology thus recognizes, despite its imaginary distortion, that the ideas of a human subject exist in his actions, or ought to exist in his actions, and if that is not the case, it lends him other ideas corresponding to the actions, however perverse, that he does perform.